Old Man here, and today I'm going to show you how to do a 50-hour maintenance on your John Deere tractor. That story is coming right up. This is my John Deere X350 lawnmower tractor. It's about 5 years old at the time of this video, so we got this around 2021, and it is due for its 50-hour maintenance. And what that involves is changing out the oil, changing out the oil filter, putting in a new air filter, 2 new spark plugs, and a fuel filter. It still runs pretty good, but it is due for the maintenance, and we're gonna take care of that right now. Normally I would do this out on the driveway or in the lawn, but we are getting some well-deserved rain. It has been a little bit of a drought here in North Carolina. Several weeks without rain, and we're getting a bunch of it today and this week, and it's going to be quite nice because we need it. Anywho, so that's what the plan is here. I'm gonna need a ratchet set like I have here with a spark plug removal socket. You can tell these are spark plug removal sockets because on the inside, if you look real close, I don't know if you can see it, but it has a rubber gasket in there, and that's to help it keep it straight while you're pulling the spark plug out. A flathead screwdriver just in case you need to pop something up, such as the air filter that's in there. I think that comes apart by hand, but if you need to pry something out, you need that. A pair of needle nose pliers. That's going to help you get the fuel filter off of the line. It's got these clamps on it. You need an oil filter wrench, which is this piece here. It goes on the end of the oil filter and it twists it off. Or if you don't have that, you can use your standard type. That'll help get the oil filter off. And then I would highly recommend some cardboard. That's going to go underneath the oil drain, so if it gets on your tractor or on the floor or ground, this will absorb it. Also, an oil filter drain container like I have here. These are really nice. You just put it under the drain. You can unscrew this, and then as the oil drains into here, it drains into there. If you don't have this, you can just use a regular oil pan and then dispose of it that way into like a 1-gallon jug. Now, one thing I am going to do is I'm going to start the tractor up. I'm going to drive it around the driveway, maybe down into the cul-de-sac. I really want the oil to heat up, so when you drain it, it's hot and it's not sticking to the walls. It's all fluid and liquid. It doesn't get hardened up, and stale, whatever you want to call it. But just like you do when you drive your car to an oil place, that oil's heated, they just drain it, and it's new oil going in after you change everything. If you watched several of my other videos on this channel, you've noticed that I'm trying to get rid of all these dreaded sweet gum trees that are around my yard because those spiked balls are a hazard. And let me show you a reason why they are still a hazard, even if you're not walking on them. So check this out. Look at that right there. Boom. That is a sweet gum ball that is stuck in the tractor, and I'm just going to see if I can get that out here. Yep, there it came out. That's the problem with those things. When you're trying to cut the lawn, they can get sucked up into the belt drive underneath, and then what'll happen is, at some unfortunate part of cutting the lawn, it will dislodge the belt off the tractor, And then if you don't know how to put the bolt back on, you got to call somebody out, and that's like $149. nasty trees. So I've got 6 or 7 of them left. I've already taken down like 4 of them. Anyways, I digress. Let's get back to the tractor piece here. So we've got everything out. The next thing I want to do here is I want to take this panel off here because it'll give us easy access to the oil filter. All right, let's take this off. Just a small bolt. Okay. Like I said earlier, flathead to kind of pry this off. Now, as you can see, we've got clear access to be able to get the filter out and everything. As I mentioned earlier, you can either use a drain pan like I have here. This is too big to put under here, so I just got the container here where we're going to drain the oil from. Next thing to do here is we're going to drain this, and it's just this little knob right here, which is on the side of the engine. And all you're going to do is just twist that open, which is cool. All right, and then all this oil should start coming out. There we go. I'm going to save the drain plug here. I'm going to actually put that over here in this thing. I think what we're going to do next here is we're going to open up the maintenance kit and we'll show you everything that's in there. Alright, let's just open this up. Alright, that's an oil filter, of course. Comes in a nice little packet. John Deere, branded. You got 2 quarts of oil. This is a 10W30. Now you can buy all this stuff separately. At the time of this video, I think this kit runs about $55. Here's the air filter, and it's got a pre-filter on it, so you're going to replace all of that. 2 spark plugs. You're going to need a spark plug gauge. There's 2 different styles. There's this style that has the different settings on it, and there's like a disc style, which I have, but I just can't find it. Anytime you put a spark plug into a piece of machinery, specifically an engine, you need to measure the correct gap between the tip here, as you see, and the actual node that's sticking out here. And that is measured with one of these. And if you look real close, you can see the lettering on each one of these, and I think mine is a 0.30 is what we have to set these to. And then you have the fuel filter. You can see now that all of the oil has drained out of the pan, which is great. So that's good. We're just going to put that back in here like this. Tighten that up. And feel the heat of the oil heated up just on the palm of my hand here. Perfect. And all that is simply draining into this container. We still have to get the oil filter out. We have a oil removal cap here. It's an oil filter wrench. You can simply put this on the end of the oil filter and then crank it off. This is your socket, and it goes in like this, right? And then you just start twisting it off. Pretty cool. Just take your oil filter wrench, just pop it on there. Okay. Now once you get the oil filter off, you want to try to put it up as quick as possible so it doesn't spill all over the place. There it comes. There comes that oil. And that oil's hot, so just be careful. And that's all she wrote, folks. I'm gonna drip this down here like this, dip it upside down, and let all the oil drain out. Minimal spillage, the cardboard soaking up all the oil. So the next thing to do here is put the new oil filter in, which we have, part of the kit. I'm just gonna take my finger and you can use the old oil, that's fine. Just take your dab and just rub it around the outside. And then all you're gonna do is screw it back on in place. And you can see this is pretty cleaner on the outside. You can even take it off here if you want. Just get some on your fingers and just rub it around the outside like this. Screw that on. Get it hand tight. Once you have it hand tightened on the engine, that's it. That's enough. Next thing we're going to do here is change out the spark plugs. Pull this cap off. There we go. Very easy to come out. There it goes. And let's check how these look. Almost there. There it is. Yeah, look how dirty that is. See? It's all got carbon on it. That just tells you that these were ready to be changed. As I mentioned earlier, you need to gap these spark plugs. You take your, this is also spacer, but you stick it in between the gap and the tip of the knob sticking out. You just push it in slightly, and then that will kind of spread the tip of it out until you get to point 030. No flexibility, and that one is done correctly. We're gonna do the same for the second one. So here's the tip of this one. It's 030, which it is. Yeah, that's good. Give you specific measurements for the Newton meters, but just don't over tighten it. Just tighten it so you're getting a little bit of resistance. Put the cap back on. That side's done. I'm going to rinse and repeat on the other side. With both spark plugs changed, we can now move on to the gas filter. This is the new one that's going to be going on. Take these clips off, and that's why you need the needle nose pliers. So take that, get your clips in there, and you see how that moves down like that? Boom, done. There we go. There we go, finally came off. Woo! You need to be cognizant of which way the flow goes, because that's going to determine how you put your filter on. Alright, that one's off. No spillage. That's good. If I can get it. There it goes. Done. You can see the filter's dirty because look at the new one. Yellow, and then it's got some residual dirt in it. Now on these fuel filters, it's kind of hard to see, but there is an arrow of which way the flow goes. You can see it right there. It's kind of imprinted into the plastic here. The gas is not going to flow into the filter this way. This would be wrong right here. It's always going to go into the container, and then the filter is going to be sitting up against the main line, which is this side, to go into the engine. We got the flow direction right. We're just going to put these back on. Perfect. See how that sits. And then the same on the other side. Get it all the way in there. You take your pliers again, needle nose pliers, grab the knobs here, and then push the clamp all the way up. And a simple hand test, like if you can, like I can't pull that out right now. Fuel filter is on there. That looks great. Let's go ahead and put the air filter on, and then we'll fill up the oil, and then we'll be done. Here is where your air filter housing is, and this is pretty simple. It just has these knobs that you twist, pops off, it exposes your air filter and the pre-filter, and you've got this little knob here too. What you should be able to do here is just pull the whole thing out. These filters can be reused. You can wash these out, just rinse them under water and let them dry. There's the new filter. Pretty simple, it just goes on the outside here. Like that. And then this just pops back into place. Tighten this screw up. Put the housing back on. Alright, there it is. Boom, done. Final thing to do here is to put the oil back into the engine. Now you could have done that at any stage, but I just wanted to get through the other stuff first. Doesn't really matter what order you go in, as long as you don't forget to put the oil in. It would not be good if you forgot to put the oil in. You'll destroy your engine. Now I already know it's going to take more than one quart, so this whole thing is going to go in there. Get the second one going here. Make sure the dipstick is cleaned off. Put it in there like that. Pull it out. See where we're at. Yeah, we're definitely full. I can see it there, so I think we're good there. I think I have everything done. Oil has been drained, new filter put on, new oil put in, spark plugs changed and gapped correctly, fuel filter changed, and air filter changed. That's it. Take it for a spin. That started up real quick, which is a very good sign. Just remember, at least on the John Deere, it's every 50 hours. So once you hit 50 hours, do your maintenance. Once you hit 100 hours, do your maintenance. The last thing I need to do is put this panel back on and we'll be finished. We're done, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. And that is how you perform maintenance at home on your John Deere tractor with the kit. Word of note here on this style of tractor. What I just showed you is going to work on any of this style of tractor, whether it's John Deere, Husqvarna, Kubotas, if they make this style of tractor. The process of maintaining it doesn't change. What does change is, maybe your fuel filter looks a little different, or maybe it's in a different spot. The oil filter is going to be maybe in a different spot. You may have a different looking air filter that goes on your other tractor. You can use what I did on this John Deere, use the same process to change the oil and maintain the maintenance on your tractor for other types of tractors and models. I hope you got some value out of this. I hope you enjoyed it. Get some longevity out of your tractor. Total time on this for me was probably an hour and a half to 2 hours, only because I was videotaping. We're gonna wrap this one up, call it a day, and we will see you at the next how-to video. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, peace out.